Let's start. The first book here is not really a book I've read. It's just kind of a minerals and gemstone book. But I thought it was pretty cool. And I wanted to tap on it. Open up to a reading page. I don't know how to read. But it's just, it tells you about the stone and like the mass and all that stuff. And the hardness and the gravity of it. And the opacity and the color. They spelled color the Canadian way in this book though. So I'm guessing it's a Canadian book. They spelled it C-O-L-U-R. And there was my cat. I love the sound of this cover. It's just, I guess, an echoey, bouncy sound. Perfect. Next, I'm so sorry about my cat. This one's called The Fear. I haven't read it yet. But I have a pile of books. There's like 4 books here I haven't read yet. JK 3. There's like 3 books here I haven't read yet. And then there's 1 book that I'm still in the middle of reading. So I do have more books. These are just my most recent purchases. But this is called The Fear. And it's about some sort of meme and how people are turning up dead. I don't even know. But I'll know once I read it. I can't really describe how the book is until I read it, But yeah. I love how my voice is going in between whispering and soft spoken. And there's just random cat noises in the background. Oi! Stop! Now. Stop. She just huffed. This one has like a rose on it. Between whispering and soft spoken. It's okay. There's the back of the book. There's the cute. No. What's it called? Skew? The skew? My years in retail have failed me. Next book. I haven't read this one either, but it's called My Dark Vanessa. And I think it's about a book. I don't really know what it's about, but I think it's about a student who has an affair with her teacher. I believe. I haven't read it yet. Most of these books are romance novels, by the way. I'm a fiend for the romance. Because I don't have a love life myself. My dark I got it from Target for 20% off. Who's this by? Kate Elizabeth Russell. This one sounds different than the rest. Let me know if you agree. This, so far, this is the best one, I think. Here's the back of the book. It's a little bit. Funny thing is, when I bought this book, I bought 3 other books with it, and I planned on reading this one first. And I read all the other ones first, except for this one, and I just haven't been in the mood to read it. I just keep buying more books, and I keep forgetting about this book. Move these out of the way. Then we have The Summer I Turned Pretty. The summer I turned pretty. Some of these have texture on the front, some don't. So I kind of gave up on the scratching part. Got this from Walmart. Plan on reading it after I read the rest of my books. This is the last book that I haven't read, so I'll start talking about the books in a minute once I get to the books I've read. This is a pretty lengthy book. It's about how many pages? Tommy doesn't have she doesn't number her pages. It's about 400 pages. I'm excited to read it because the rest of my books are pretty good, and I'm hoping this one's just as good, unless it sucks and then I've wasted my time reading it. Let me know if you've read this book before. Is it good? Moving on. This one's called Verity. It's by Colleen Hoover. She makes really good books, or writes really good books. This one was about an author who had to take up another author's role, and the author happened to be in a car accident, but there was a plot twist. Her husband tried to kill her and then frame a car accident because he thought she was dead, and in the end it was just a really good book. I don't know how to describe it because it was like there's so many plot twists. First, we thought that Verity, who is the wife of this guy, who she's living with, the girl her name's Lowen. She's living with Verity and her husband and her child. Their 2 daughters died, and she believed that Verity was the one who killed the 2 children that died because she wrote this autobiography or something like that. And in the autobiography, she wrote down very grotesque and in-depth details about how she wanted her children to die and how they died. But it turns out she was just writing as a practice to get over or something like that. To get over the death of her children. It was just like a practice thing for her. But they believed it, and then they killed her in the end. But really, she didn't kill her children. So, it's just a crazy book. And in the end, the girl that lives with them, she marries the husband after they kill Verity, and then she finds out that he tried to kill Verity, and that's why she was in a car accident. I don't know. You just have to read it yourself. It's a really good book. I loved it, and I highly recommend this book. It's about 400 pages, I think. And there's a lot of sex scenes in it if you like sex scenes, but yeah. Here's the back of the book. It was a really good book. It cost about $15. So yeah. Next is called Book Lovers by Emily Henry. This is about agent, I believe. Illustrative agent or something like that. I don't know what it's called, but she goes on a trip with her sister to Sunshine Falls in North Carolina, I believe. I don't remember. But she goes on a trip, and then she meets someone who she had a meeting with that hated her, and then they fall in love. And yeah, they save a bookstore and all that cringy stuff. But I thought it was a good book. Book Lovers. If you enjoy laid back slice of life, you'd highly enjoy this. That made no sense. You'd highly enjoy this. I would highly recommend this to you. This is something that I love. I love this book with a passion, and the fact that it doesn't have a second book kind of disappoints me. Okay, we have 2 more books left. 2 books. 2 books left. Oh, you can see my lip ring. Oh. Well then. Haha. Okay, this one's called Love Hypothesis. So this book, I read this like in 2 days. It was so good. Some books I can read in 2 days, some it takes me like a couple days to finish. But this one I read page by page, like literally hours in a day. It took me 2 days to read it. I loved it so much. Okay, so this girl, her name is Olive, and this guy is named Adam. And so her best friend is dating her ex, and she doesn't care about that ex anymore, but her best friend feels terrible for dating him. So she convinces her best friend that she's dating this guy. So she randomly kisses him, and then they make an agreement to be fake boyfriend and girlfriend, so her best friend will date her ex. And then they fall in love. Yeah. And it's also called the love hypothesis because they're science people. She's in science school. She's a major in a STEM program, and he is a professor. So, yeah. I also got this one from Target. There's my cat. Up now. This is my last book that I have here today. It's by Colleen Hoover, my favorite author. Oh my god. It's called Maybe Someday. And it's about a deaf songwriter and this girl who lived across the street from him. And then her boyfriend cheats on her with her best friend that she lives with, so she has to move out and move in with him, and they're writing songs together. And he has a girlfriend, but he and her are like, they have attractions towards each other, if that makes sense. But they really like each other, and I've only made it halfway through the book so far, but I feel like they'll end up together. I mean, they most likely will. That's what always happens. And there's 2 other books to this. There's one called Maybe Now, Maybe Not. But I'm excited to read those. I'm gonna buy them today if I can find them at the bookstore. If not, Amazon always works, and then I'll just have to wait for them to come in. Here's the book. And yeah, that's my book collection right now. Or my newest additions to my book collection. Let me know if you want to see more. Bye-bye.